This is PNW TV News. In the headlines first tonight. President Cyril Ramaphosa removes Andrew Whitfield from his deputy minister position, and the Pretoria High Court reinstates a suspended Madibeng municipal manager. Further heard this evening, could Iran forgive and forget? We look into U.S. efforts to negotiate with Iran coming up. And in the sports news here tonight, Kriel prepares to lead the Springboks against the Barbarians in the Qatar Airways Cup. Good evening to our viewers, and thank you so much for joining us on this Friday evening. I'm Boitumelo Monare. First tonight, the presidency has confirmed that Deputy Trade, Industry and Competition Minister Andrew Whitfield has been removed from his position. Whitfield, a DA Member of Parliament, was serving in President Cyril Ramaphosa's government of national unity. Sources confirmed Whitfield has been removed for traveling to the US as part of a DA delegation, even though the president had warned against it. The group met with US lawmakers and representatives of the Trump administration in March. Now the DA has given President Ramaphosa 48 hours to reconsider his decision, threatening dire consequences for the government of national unity. We go now to the Madibeng local municipality, where the municipal manager, who was forcefully removed from office by guards last month, has been ordered to return to work. The High Court in Pretoria ruled Quiet Khatla's precautionary suspension had lapsed in terms of the disciplinary regulations for senior managers. Khatla was accused of irregularly appointing a contractor for an 11 million rand electrification of Damonsville in Brits. Khatla allegedly did not follow the tender process and instead appointed the provider as an emergency measure. However, at the time, Khatla denied any wrongdoing, saying that the allegations were baseless as the whistleblower had inadequate proof. Next up, the acting Provincial Commissioner of the Northwest Province, Major General Patrick Asaneng, has condemned the corrupt actions of some police officers that caused reputational damage to the South African Police Service. This comes after the arrest of 46-year-old David Smos, a sergeant from Potchefstroom. Brigadier Sabata Mokwabone shared these details with us.
Smos, who is a sergeant attached to Potchefstroom detectives, was arrested during an undercover operation by the Provincial Anti-Corruption Investigation Unit on Wednesday, the 25th of June 2025. The member was granted 2,000 rand bail upon appearance in the Potchefstroom Magistrate Court on Thursday, the 26th of June 2025. He is expected to reappear in court on Thursday, the 17th of July 2025. It is alleged that a crime combating unit member was driving a state motor vehicle when it collided with a private motor vehicle in February this year. As the investigating officer, Smos allegedly solicited 10,000 rand in exchange for dropping the case. Investigations conducted after the matter was reported to the ACIU led to the arrest of Smos.
With that, let's get the international headline. A developing story here tonight. Diplomatic efforts are underway to bring Iran back to the negotiating table for a nuclear deal. Key players from the US and the Middle East have talked with the Iranians behind the scenes, even amid tension after recent military strikes on 3 of Tehran's nuclear facilities. US President Donald Trump justified the strikes by referring to Iran as a nuclear threat.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Now, one of the proposals of the Trump administration has discussed is possibly helping Iran access as much as $30 billion to build a civilian energy-producing nuclear program, as well as easing sanctions and freeing up billions of dollars in restricted Iranian funds. Now, that's according to 4 sources familiar with the matter. But one consistent non-negotiable is zero-enriched uranium, which Iran says it needs. Meanwhile, Iran says it has no plans to resume nuclear talks with the US. Its Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi gave this statement.
Of course, the door for diplomacy should be always keep open, but this is not the case right now. My country has been under attack, under aggression, and we have to respond based on our legitimate right of self-defense. And we will do that as long as needed and necessary.
And let's now head into the business news. 25% of all the money spent by municipalities in South Africa last year went towards paying staff, amounting to 143 billion rand of total operational expenses of 561.1 billion rand. Now, according to Statistics South Africa's 2024 financial census of municipalities released this week, electricity purchases were the next biggest expense, followed by writing off unpaid debts. The data also showed that by the end of last June, municipalities owed their lenders, suppliers and other creditors a combined amount of 385.8 billion rand, that's 7.9% more than a year ago. The provinces which showed the highest percentage increase between 2023 and 2024 were the Northwest at 15.9%, Mpumalanga at 13.2%, and Limpopo at 10.8%. With that, stay with us as we wrap up with the sports news. Kaizer Chiefs is gearing up for an exciting 2025 with significant developments both on and off the pitch. The club has announced that Ghanaian giants Asante Kotoko will be the opponents in this year's Toyota Cup, scheduled to take place on Saturday, July 26th at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. Jessica Mutaung, Kaizer Chiefs Marketing and Commercial Director, briefed the media on the rationale behind hosting the Toyota Cup.
And I think that was important for us. Returning to the Confed is a key driver for us to say also, how do we grow our fan base in West Africa, you know? And also, like I said, the Toyota Cup is about uniting Africans around culture, around football. And this was a great team that we've had a history with. And looking forward also to meeting them in the Confed Cup.
In a landmark move, Kaizer Chiefs has taken a crucial step towards establishing a professional women's football team. The club has signed the agreement with Spring-based side Home Sweepers Ladies FC. This partnership signifies Chiefs' commitment to growth of women's football in South Africa and aligns with CAF club licensing regulations, which now require clubs participating in continental competitions to have a women's team.
Well, our approach is not one of compliance. It's one of involvement, participation, and making sure that women's football is well represented. We have been supporting a club in the league that many people don't know about for a few years now. We're excited about that. And we are making sure that the women's football in South Africa is going to change. And we'll make announcements in due course. But I'm excited about it. I've just come back from a women's leadership conference at CAF. Which was quite inspiring, you know, meeting women who are making a big difference on the continent and adding to the leadership of women's football in the game. It has been very exciting. But certainly from a Chiefs point of view, we will get stuck into the women's game. But I think we have to look at the fundamentals Are we going to professionalize the game? There are a number of things we have to look at. We can't do things just like they've been done in the past. So we'll make some announcements in due course.
So it's safe to say now you've got one foot in shoes in partnership with the women's football team.
Definitely, and we've been supporting them for a few years. People don't know that, and it has a history with us. And I'm just excited. I've been watching them grow, and I think our involvement is going to take them to greater heights. It's really quite inspiring to see those young girls, and I look forward to their future growing.
Now, further announcements regarding the full scope of this collaboration are expected as the 2025-26 season approaches. In rugby news, Jessie Kriel will serve as captain for the Springboks for the first time in the upcoming Qatar Airways Cup match against the Barbarians. The match will take place at the DHL Stadium in Cape Town on Saturday, June 28th, with kickoff scheduled for 5 p.m. SA time. The leadership transition follows a recent adjustment by head coach Rassie Erasmus due to Siya Kolisi's withdrawal caused by injury concern. This setback for Kolisi presents an opportunity for Kriel to assume the captaincy for the first time in his career, which began in 2015 with 79 test appearances. The match against the Barbarians is an important preparatory game for the Springboks. The Barbarians, known for their attacking style and invitational composition, are expected to deliver a competitive and entertaining contest. Well, all the best for the Bokke in that game. From all of us here in studio, do have a great weekend. Until next time, good night.